Hello, I'm Sandy Potter for Insightful Products, and I'm happy to bring you another Step Smart success story. Today, I'm joined by Joseph Saenz. He's a makeup artist and an actor from the Los Angeles area, and he's a relatively new user of the Step Smart brace for drop foot. Welcome, Joseph. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Hi, Sandy. Thanks for having me.
It's wonderful to meet you this way, as we've been talking for a little while now, and you offered to talk to us today about your drop foot journey. So maybe let's just start there, if you don't mind, and tell us when were you diagnosed? What is your story?
Well, my story goes back to it was in 2019 in May, late April. Uh, I had been working quite a bit on set, so I was a little worn out. And then I live in the LA area, but in a suburb called Santa Clarita, and very hilly, windy, a little higher elevation. Um, and we had, which we're known for, getting lots of wins. And it kicked off a sinus problem. And well, that sinus problem didn't go away for a few weeks, and it just got worse and worse. And I had a terrible earache, and I wound up going to our local ER, which is Henry Mayo. And there, they thought that I had perhaps a ruptured eardrum, but they couldn't really do anything about it because it was so inflamed. I was in so much pain. They put me on morphine. They kept me there for about 5 or 6 hours and sent me home. Uh, and with some medication, of course. And I continued that week to just completely decline. One morning, my wife, she came up to say goodbye to me and to give me some snacks, but I couldn't respond. I couldn't talk, and they rushed me to Henry Mayo. And I don't even remember any of that. And at that point, I guess that's when they determined that I, in fact, had spinal meningitis. And it had dropped into this area behind my ear known as the mastoid. And that's where it went sepsis, and it infected my entire body, including my brain. It was a pretty sick guy. They were trying to prepare my wife the first night or two that I was in the hospital, that they didn't really think that they were going to be able to save me. But I guess I must have had a lot of people praying for me. I guess on the fourth or fifth day, I just started to improve. And I wasn't really that conscious of any of that. But I guess on the fifth or sixth day, when they tried to get me out of bed, and I was aware at that point, but I still really couldn't talk well. And they discovered that one of my legs, I needed to have a walker, and my right leg was dragging quite a bit. And that's when the physical therapist determined that it was drop foot. The physical therapy was excellent. It really was. It was a great help to me. But as I started to improve over the coming months, I wanted to get back into my speed walking and everything. And I did really well walking, but several times I took some very mean falls because of my foot not clearing a curb or a seam in the sidewalk or whatever. And that's what brought me to you guys. And I got it. I don't think it even took me a day to get used to it. Uh, I was aware of it for probably putting it on for a week or so, but it wasn't uncomfortable or anything. I have to tell you that this product or this device, this brace, however you want to call it, has literally changed my life. Uh, I feel so much more confident wearing it. I I don't know that anybody really ever notices that I am wearing it. I I know that on set last week at Warner Brothers, we took a break, and I crossed my leg, and one of the girls said, "Hey, what's that on your foot?" And I said, "Well, it's this really cool brace that's helping me with my foot. I just, didn't want to go too far with it." And she said, "Have you worn that this whole time?" Because we worked almost 6 weeks on this show together. And I said, "Yeah, I wear it constantly." She said, "This is the first time I'm noticing it." So I love that about it. The way that you and I got connected was I called your office because I told my wife, I said, "I think that the people at Step Smart need to know what they have done for me." And that's when I called your offices. And I wound up speaking to the actual person who created it. He just happened to be on the line. And I told him, "You have no idea what you have done. Uh, it really has been a life changer for me. It has really improved my confidence. I'm as active as ever. I go to the gym. I do anything and everything that I used to do. That for about 2 to 3 years after the meningitis, I almost was beginning to feel, you know, like feeble, like getting older and all of this. But and it was all because I was so self-conscious about my foot. And now that's all gone away.
Thank you,
Thank,
Joseph. That's incredible. It's so special hearing you're seeing how happy you are and hearing your story, and that this has helped to increase the quality of your life. That's what our mission is. So we really appreciate you taking the
well,
time to share your story with us and with others.
well, I appreciate that. And thank you for the opportunity to share this. I really thank you.
Absolutely, it is our pleasure.